My name is Mr. Ruloff. This is Fireside Fridays. With me today we have...
Hi, I'm Karter.
Major Loza.
Richard Deanda.
All right, so again, this is the podcast in which we discuss current issues, topics throughout the United States and the rest of the world. The topic that we discussed this week was obesity, specifically in America, but then we also looked at it again throughout the rest of the world. And so the first question, opening question today, why is obesity a problem in America? A very broad range question, all right, gentlemen. What do you think are some reasons why obesity might be so prevalent? Before we go into that, I do actually want to just give one statistic. Over 70% of individuals in the United States, just looked up today, over the age of 20, are considered to be overweight or obese. Why?
It's because the people in America have been eating out a lot, and it's because of obviously because of people eating out, and
Why do you think
yeah,
people eat fast food so often, Carter?
maybe because they're hungry.
Maybe because they're hungry. All right, what else? Go ahead and pass the mic along. What do you guys think?
I think it's because the way it's advertised, low key.
Advertised, low key.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
The way it's just like like the way it's viewed on TV and stuff. They're just like, oh yeah, like you're always gonna have a good time when you're eating fast food. Like this is why you should always like get fast food and stuff. And
What?
it's just yeah.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Oh, and I feel like sometimes it's just a little bit more affordable than like getting groceries. Like it can just be a quick meal if that's all you need.
Well, maybe not just affordability too. It's
Yeah.
also ease of use. I mean, how many of you guys in here, a lot of you guys talked about working jobs and things like that. I mean, you're putting in long hours. Do you really want to go home, prep the food, cook the food, clean the dishes, which takes every bit of an hour probably in most cases? So a little bit of ease of use as well, correct? What fast food chain do you think advertises the most to individuals your guys' age?
I would say McDonald's. I feel like everybody here eats at McDonald's. McDonald's is like the most well-known place. It's like right next to the movie theater. I don't know. I think it's very accessible for everyone.
What's the name? Help me out here. What's the name of the one with the golden arches, the movie that talks about, is it The Founders?
Yeah.
Okay, The Founders. Yeah, and they talk about the golden arches. I mean, really, have most of you in here seen that? You haven't seen it?
Oh, sure.
Mr. Rory Cordy is going to have to watch that movie now. But it's interesting. If you haven't seen it, you should look into it because it does like talk about the marketing and obviously the golden arches. I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but just how that gets people to come into the chain store and stuff like that, and gets people to eat fast food. Okay, so that was one thing. Obviously in America, it's the ease of fast food. What else do you think could be a problem with obesity in America and why it's on the rise? In the 1990s, it's been growing significantly since then. We're at over 70% of individuals who'd be considered to be overweight and obese. So are there any other reasons why?
As Carter was saying, I think it's like the accessibility with fast food, and that would just cause more health problems. And I think the health problems is like what also causes more obesity
Mm-hmm.
because it causes them to like not be able to lose as much weight as they would like to. And there's also people that have diseases,
Yeah.
so we also need to keep that in mind.
Yeah, but like mental health stuff and things like that can impact people, I assume is where you're going with that. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. Yes, we're back. Here we go. Fireside Friday. So, that being said, fast food, yes, I think it contributes to it, but I think there's more. And, mental health obviously contributes as well. I think there's more to that, though. And something that we talked about this week a little bit was looking at geography throughout the United States. And if you guys remember, where in the United States is obesity on the higher end and where is it on the lower end? And what do you think are the reasons why for that? Let's start there and then we'll kind of continue to talk about obesity being a problem in America. So
So I saw that in like California, it's like less obesity, but like more down in the south, kind of like Louisiana area. It's more like yeah, it's way more obese. I feel like
yeah.
just because of culture and stuff, like the foods that they eat down there, like in the south, like they got like seafood broil, like soul food and all that stuff. But like in
Deep fat fried food.
yeah,
Yeah, all of
yeah.
that.
But like in California, like there's a lot of like vegans and stuff. So I feel like that also like depends on like where you're growing up and stuff.
So maybe a little bit of diet. What else in California kind of helps with diet? And something that we talked about, I'll kind of help you out with it, is just the availability that you have of good high quality food, right? And I would say in those places, you're going to have more whole foods where a lot of us, we shop at in bulk at Super Saver and Walmart and things like that, where it's very processed, a lot of processed foods. We even talked about Subway with their high processed, really everything, right? Their bread, their meat, all that kind of stuff. Cheese is all very processed. And so I think that weighs in as well and is something to consider also. Okay. Anything else that you guys have to add on that there? Yeah, just geographically, it's very unique to look at different places. What about lifestyle? Do you think lifestyle choices have an impact? Does the climate of where you live have an impact, maybe?
I feel like it also impacts that because, like, what is it? Um, for example, when I would go down to Mexico and stuff, I
Uh-huh.
would eat a lot of fish down there, and that's just because like it would be like hot and stuff. I don't know how to really describe it, but then like up here, um, actually I don't know where I'm going with this.
Here, I have a question for you. Do you think people are more obese in America or in Mexico, and why?
I feel like in America, just because there's way more processed food and stuff,
Okay.
in Mexico, like we get lots of our crops from Mexico actually. So I feel like it's less processed down there. It's more like natural and stuff. But up here, it's just more processed because we want it to like have longer shelf life and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, what do you know about like red dye 40 and preservatives and stuff like that?
Heard it causes cancer and stuff like
Yeah.
that over time.
Yeah, maybe bad stuff can mess with, something that we talked about too is these processed foods. I always think of like the Hungry Man meals and things like that, the stuff that you can pop in the microwave and just have readily available that like they have a lot of estrogen in them, okay? And so that's going to influence your hormone levels and things like that that can cause significant issues. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on here. We're going to talk about a little bit more with processed foods, okay? So why are they so addicting? Like, why do people? So obviously, obesity in America, right? They're getting people to go to this McDonald's. Fast foods is an issue, but why do those fast foods and those processed foods, why are they so addicting? What do you think? What are the reasons why? Other than the advertising, right? But why do people keep coming back and eating them? That's what I'm asking.
I think it's like, as you said, it's the advertising, it's the availability, and it's just that they don't have to cook for it. They could just
Yeah.
go through the drive-through and just pick up what they want. They don't have to cook. It's a lot easier to just go through the fast
Yeah,
food line.
sure.
I also feel like it's the stuff that they add into it. Like we watched the Super Size Me stuff,
Yeah.
and like he was saying, like yeah, like in the McDonald's factory, they literally like deep fry the nuggets. They like process. They put like a bunch of stuff. They literally said it's like mystery meat.
Well, yeah, we looked at it
Yeah.
up here, right? And it literally filled the entire board with different preservatives and things that are within just the chicken nugget, right?
Mhm.
Just the chicken nugget. So a lot of sugar, a lot of sodium, a lot of fat, undoubtedly, that go into those. A lot of comfort food type stuff. Is comfort food a good thing, right? Let's come back to that after we hear from Karter here.
I go with Adrian here. It's filled with a lot of sugars and stuff, lots of
Hmm.
fat and stuff. So yeah.
So maybe it just tastes a little bit better, right? Than that chicken and rice. And so people enjoy the taste, right? Eating all that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
yeah, very good. Last thing that we're going to talk about here today is Ozempic. Okay, what do you guys know? What do you think about with Ozempic? Obviously, it's for people with type 2 diabetes originally, right? And to help them regulate that GLP-1 hormone, which is going to reduce your cravings, things like that. It's going to, help with blood sugar, regulating it. Is Ozempic a good thing or a bad thing? Or, what do you guys think on it?
I would say that a lot of people are taking advantage of it because I've been hearing a lot of stories of people just using it to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, I mean, it may help in some cases, but in some cases, it's also a very negative
Mm-hmm.
like resource.
Yeah. What's the concern about Ozempic? So you're taking it, you're losing this weight. What's the concern about it, Adrian?
I feel like it's mostly the side effects and stuff
Mm-hmm.
of what it could do after. Because once you get off it, I heard like some stuff could happen, which could affect your health and stuff.
I
And it's
mean,
just
obviously,
yeah.
like pancreatic issues, cardiovascular issues,
Mhm.
perhaps. Now, that's a unique discussion, though, because theoretically, if you're losing weight, though, it should help your cardiovascular system. And I guess that's where I'm going with this: is could Ozempic be, Could there be some positive benefits to it as well, though, where people are losing weight and they're able to function more regularly?
I mean, yeah, I guess it is working for some people, but in the end, it is for type 2 diabetes, and I feel like it should just be used for that. If you want to lose weight, I feel like everyone should just go the natural route and just like start exercising, get
Mhm.
cardio in, hit the weight room.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. All right. Carter, anything to add?
I these two guys hit the nail on the head.
Very good. No comments for Carter Pelk, huh?
Nope.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so that being said, I think we're going to wrap up our Fireside Fridays today. Thank you guys for being guest members. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next Friday.